Let's be real, a lot of us spend a good chunk of our week watching online streamers. It's just part of life now. But what if there's a hidden trap in that world we all love? Today, we're going to talk about how the line between simple entertainment and something way more complicated is starting to just fade away.
So you're scrolling, right? You click on a stream. Maybe it's gaming, maybe it's just someone chatting. It feels totally normal. But have you ever actually stopped for a second and really thought about what you're watching? Because that's the big question here, isn't it? In this wild new digital world, that line is getting blurrier by the second. And that has some serious consequences for absolutely everyone, both the people making the content and all of us watching it.
Okay, let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Streaming platforms have pretty much become our new public squares. I mean, they're these massive global spaces where entertainment, personality, and performance all get mixed together. The thing is, the rules for this new public square are being written as we go.
And this slide right here, it just nails the shift. It wasn't that long ago that there was a huge, clear wall between mainstream content and the adult industry. But now, that wall is starting to get, well, kind of leaky. Behaviors and a kind of intimacy for sale that used to be only in adult content are now seeping into regular everyday streaming. It's happening so quietly you might not even notice it. But trust me, it's happening.
So the million-dollar question is why? Why is this happening? Look, this isn't just a few creators making weird choices. There is a powerful system, a kind of normalization machine, that is actively rewarding creators for pushing these exact boundaries. Let's pull back the curtain and see how it works. The engine that powers this whole machine is something called desensitization. It's actually a pretty simple idea, but it's incredibly powerful. The more you see something, even if it was shocking at first, the more normal it feels. Your gut reaction just dulls over time. And you have to understand this to get what comes next. This chart really breaks down what's fueling the machine. Look at that biggest slice, algorithmic rewards. The platforms are built to chase engagement, and shocking stuff gets clicks. Simple as that. Then, of course, you've got financial incentives. More clicks, more money. Next up is social proof. When the biggest streamers start doing it, it basically gives a green light to everyone else. And that last little slice, lack of oversight, well, that's the gray area where this all gets to grow. And all those drivers create this incredibly powerful feedback loop. Here's how it plays out. A creator pushes the envelope a little. The algorithm sees people clicking and watching, so it pushes that content out to more people. That turns into real money, which, you guessed it, encourages them to do it again, and maybe go even further next time. And just like that, what used to be a taboo is now just normal. The machine is working perfectly. But here's the thing. This isn't just some abstract internet drama. This digital trend has very real and often hidden consequences that ripple out into our actual lives. This is where it gets really serious. This quote just cuts right to the heart of it. When things like intimacy and consent are turned into a performance for clicks, it starts to desensitize us. It makes it harder to see when those same exact behaviors are actually harmful in the real world. And here's what that damage looks like. It can twist our ideas of what a healthy relationship even is. It can create totally unrealistic expectations, reinforce harmful objectification, and honestly, it can mess with our own self-image. And don't forget the creators themselves. The pressure to monetize can push them into really vulnerable spots, putting them at a huge risk for exploitation. When you strip it all away, it boils down to this one kind of brutal truth. When there's a clash between making a profit and doing the right thing, profit usually wins. It's a pattern where ethics, consents, and just basic human dignity get trampled in the race for more engagement. All right, so what do we do about it? It's easy to feel powerless against these giant platforms and trends, but that's not the whole story. The power to change this, to actually rewrite the code, it starts with us. It starts with being conscious of what's happening. Yeah, it's really that simple. Before we can do anything, we first have to see the machine we're a part of. Just recognizing how these feedback loops work and understanding the consequences, that is the critical first step. So here are 4 things we can all do. First, practice media literacy. Ask yourself, who's benefiting from this? What's the real message here? Second, demand more from the platforms themselves. They need to be transparent and accountable. Third, and this one is huge, vote with your clicks. Support the creators who are actually promoting healthy, respectful content. And finally, just talk about this stuff. It shouldn't be a taboo topic. Open conversation is how we break the cycle.
So I want to leave you with this one last thought. Your attention, it's currency. Every single like, every follow, every subscription, it's a vote. So the next time you're about to cast that vote, just pause for 1 second and ask yourself, what am I rewarding here? Because your answer to that question is what will, bit by bit, build the future of our digital world.